Are we live? I sure hope we're live. Okie dokie. It seems like we're live. Hold up, let me just set up some stuff in Obsidian. I don't like light mode. Let me have dark mode. I also don't want to dox myself, so I'm gonna do this off of the streaming monitor. How do I do this? How do I... Oi, oi, oi. Dark mode, okie dokie. And, okay. Sick. Now, how do I actually do anything with this? I think I make a thing here. Yes, I made a thing here. Doo-doo. Okay, so what day is it? It's June 24th, 2026. What do I want to do? Okay. So I want to use a vector database for storing long-term memory for AI. And honestly, this we can probably accomplish this, right? Yeah, this is probably all we can do today. And then if we complete that, I will be happy, right? Okay. So. You know, I wonder whether or not, like, the stream can hear the water. I don't know. Probably can, right? I should probably sync up the OBS audio with my Discord audio. But at the same time, I feel like that's kind of sus. It's not going to end well. As in, why is it not going to end well? Because if I leave the Discord voice call, everything explodes. Okay. Okie dokie. And what else do we need? I think we also need a Docker, right? What's Gordon? I don't know. What is happening? Docker is running. Postgres test. Okay, so how do I do things? I'll set up another Postgres database database in Docker. Let's see. Connect such that we store vectors of memory stuff in Postgres SQL database. And is there anything else that we need to do for setting this up? And I guess what else do we need to do? Is there anything else that we need to do? Let's think. So what's going on here? I really don't know. Okay, so we update the memory in the PostgreSQL database. And then what? This is kind of big, I feel like. Okay, and then we store memory vectors in PostgreSQL database, retrieve memory vectors from PostgreSQL database. Okay, I think that's a good to-do list for today. Let's figure this stuff out. So I believe I did have Claude teach me how to do this last time. So do I need Discord open here? I don't know. Hold up, I can send Discord away. I don't like it. Okie dokie. So let's do docker run -- name. Let's go with what? Discord AI. Or how do you set up a vector database with Postgres? Let's see. I want to use Postgres PostgreSQL. For a vector database to store my AI agents long-term memory to run the SQL database on Docker. What else? Is that it? How can I set up the new database? I am fairly new to Docker and Postgre. Okie dokie. Let's see what happens. Use pgvector, a PostgreSQL extension that adds vector similarity search. Okie dokie. Interesting. So we need a docker compose.yaml file. What does docker compose.yaml do? What is the point of a docker compose dot the YAML or YAML? YAML? What is YAML? YAML do? What is the point? Okie dokie, let's define and run multiple Docker containers as a single application. Interesting. So it defines everything that you need to do, all the containers that you need to run in just one file. Okay. Then you run everything with Docker Compose up. I assume this is, you have to be in the folder here for that. Okay. Do I put this in SRC or what? I don't think you put this in SRC, right? I don't think so. Okie dokie, inside my project and name it. So, docker compose.yaml. Docker dash compose, okay. We are low cortisol coding today. Docker compose.yaml, and then let's figure out what the frick this is. I can go over here. Do you need this thing? PG vector image. So yeah, okay. So there's just a PG vector image on Docker, right? Also, wait. Should I post on Twitter? I don't know. Maybe. Probably should. Wator. An extension pre-installed volume on PG data means your data persists even if the container restarts. Okay. So volume just basically means that you actually allocate some sort of cache space for your Docker container, right? Okay. What's the difference between an image and a container? That's a good question. Difference between a Docker image and a Docker container. Okie dokie. Docker images read only, which contains everything needed to run an application, from code, dependencies, libraries, configuration, and file system contents. Docker container is running or stopped instance of an image. Docker creates a container with its own writable. Okay. And then container is okay, so container is the actual running thing. Interesting. So what does this mean? I don't know. Services, Postgres, image, PG vector / PG vector 16. I assume this just means that you download the image automatically of PG vector 16, right? Or PG vector PG16. Container name is Discord AI chatbot mem db. Do I do Let's do underscores. I like underscores. Discord AI mem db. Okay. Environment Postgres user is the okay, let's just call it Azaria. Postgres password is fishbosh, and Postgres db, what does that mean? Is agent memory Azaria memory, or do we want to call it Azaria? That's her current name. I might change it though. Let's call it something else, like just something generic, just so we don't forget. And also ports. Okie dokie. This is 5432 and 5432. Okay, and volumes is pg data var lib PostgreSQL data /init.sql / entry point init db.d / init.sql. Okie dokie. I don't really know what this means. Okay, volumes, this is pg data. I wanted to explain this stuff to me, so I'm just gonna get ChatGPT to explain instead of Claude, because I like my Claude tokens. I don't want to waste them. ChatGPT, who cares? Can you explain this Docker compose file to me? Yeah. PostgreSQL database container and some persistent storage. Okie dokie. Find the service named Postgres. We'll create and start this service. Okie dokie. Image blah blah blah, uses the Docker image with SQL 16, Postgres SQL 16. PG vector adds vector embed. Okay, so this just means load this image, right? And services just means we're using a service called Postgres. And then this is just a config for the Postgres service, I imagine. Okay. And then we name the container what? Agent memory DB. That's pretty standard. Names the container agent memory DB inside instead of Docker generate a random name. Environments, this is just stuff for setting it up. Ports makes sense. And what is volumes? Volumes creates a Docker volume named PG data and amounts of PostgreSQL. All database. Oh, okay, so this is just persistent storage. I don't know what a volume in Docker is. I assume it just means cache space, but I'll check. Okay. And then this just mounts it to a local file named init.sql. Interesting. Starts for the very first time. It will automatically execute any .sql files. Example, init.sql might have that. Summary of PostgreSQL with 16 database with PG vector installed, creates a database named agent memory, creates user agent, exposes database on localhost 5432, persists data in the PG data volume. First, okay. What was I going to ask it? So, how can I think of a Docker volume? Is this basically just Docker storing things on disk? Okay. Blah blah, and it just gives me a lot of slop as well. Written there on the persist, so it's just stuff on disk. Sick. With the volume, we have all that. Okay. Now what? Claude. Create the init SQL. So what folder do I even put this in? Or I guess I can go here, yeah. Typically, what folder is a Docker Compose and associated scripts public for a repository? Docker Compose or Compose in a project root. Okay, so literally just right here. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Resolved relative to the Compose file, Docker Compose up. So in the root of the project, okay. And then for larger files, you can make like a specialized Docker folder. Makes sense. Makes sense. Low cortisol coding here. Also, you know, the more that I stream, the more my voice hurts. So I just rather not hurt my voice by streaming. Also, more water. You know, it kind of bothers me that like this microphone picks up on the water. I don't like that. In the same folder, create init.sql. This hurts my voice. This runs automatically after the first time container starts. Okie dokie. Do I need to say all of this? I assume not. These are just comments. It's not like bash. I hope. Or shell. Not bash. Sh. Just sh. Bash. And sh. What am I doing? Enable PG vector extension. Create extension not exists vector. Okay, what does create extension do? If not exists vector. Actually, does Claude explain it? What is an extension in SQL? I have no clue. Extension in SQL. I literally have like 100 SQL questions done on LeetCode. I don't know what this is. Optional package that adds extra functionality to the database server. Instead of being built into the core database, it can be installed when needed. Okay. So PG vector adds vector similarity. Search for AI embeddings. PostGIS adds what? Optional package that adds extra functionality to the database server. So is this kind of like libraries in Python? Okay, so it's just basically the SQL version of libraries. Create table memories. ID, big serial, primary key, content, text not. So what is big serial? I love it when my serial is big. Like massive Fruit Loops. Big serial, keyword, SQL. Convenience type for auto increment. Oh wait, so this is just the same as auto increment. Okay. Interesting. So auto increments with 64-bit integers. 64 bits is a lot of bits, but maybe I'm saying that because I come from like machine learning background. So it's a lot. Or I guess AI as well, because like quantizations, you quantize to like 4-bit, right? But don't you store it still as like float 16 or something? No, you don't. What? Wait, am I stupid? I might be stupid. I'm pretty sure you just quantize to like 4-bit. Yeah, so the number's just stored in 4 bits instead of like whatever normal it is. I think it's like float 16. I don't know. Let's get back to work. Embedding vector and 1536. What does this mean? So I guess how many dimensions is the vector, right? Okay. Metadata, JSON B, and created at timestamp tz default now. Okay. OpenAI size. So, OpenAI uses, okay, interesting. 1536 dimension vector. How did they come up with that number? I have no clue. And then create index on memories using SW embedding vector cosine ops. Okay, so is this index for fast similarity search? So this, I assume, basically just defines how you're searching in this vector database, right? So explain this line of SQL to me. This is for creating the vector database in Postgres. Okie dokie. Searches run much faster. Create index on memories using HNSW. So what is HNSW? Hierarchical navigable small world algorithm. Memories table. Columns containing your vector embedding. So create index on memories. So create an index on the memories table, okay. But don't we already have ID? Whatever, that's the index, right? Oh, I see. So you retrieve this stuff using HNSW, and then you specify to use cosine similarities for your vector, for comparing vector embeddings, right? So this is the actual embeddings column. Okay, sick. Order by embeddings. So I assume this is between, or like in, wait, less than, equal to, or greater than. So not in, right? I don't know what this does. Oh, 10 most similar. Instead of comparing against every row. Oh wait, I see. So the 10 most similar stuff to this vector. Interesting. So what is the model's embedding dimension? That's what I would like to know. Qwen3 embedding model dimension. Wait, what? Damn, it is embedding dimension of 4096. Wait, actually? Why does it say 32,000 embedding dimensions? I don't know. What is this? Oh wait, so this is actual. Okay, is this like a separate model for embeddings? I think I'll ask Claude or ChatGPT about this. I'm using a Qwen3 HB model for storing memories in my vector database. What is the embedding dimension of Qwen3 HB that I should be comparing? I should be storing vectors in. Does it say here? Okay, I guess whatever. So its native embedding is 4096 dimensions. Okay, so I was right. May support this thing. Qwen3 8B. The regular Qwen3 hidden size is blah blah. Ideally use dedicated embedding model and store vectors. Okie dokie. Oops. To do. This should be for So I'm not using an embedding model right now. Okay, that should be a thing that I use. Where is here? Use an embedding model for storing vector embeddings. Okay, now what? So now we start the actual database. Can I just run it here? Docker whoops. You need the Docker compose file. Okie dokie. Does this work? Docker PS. Now it is pulling the database. Oh, it looks so cool. Whoa, look at it. It's so cool. It's so rad. It's so lit. Okay, now Docker PS. I don't see anything. What's next? So does this mean I have to do Docker compose again? Compose up-d. Okay, so container started. Docker PS. So these are our containers, which is just this one container. I can't see it too clearly here, so let's go over here. Docker PS, container ID, image, command, created uptime, and here's the name of the container. Sick. More water. Man, I love water. Water's great. Do you ever like just think about water? Very cool. Okay, now what? So it's running in the background, and now here's how we connect to it. But here's how we do it in this terminal. But instead we want to do it in Python. So I'll first commit all of this stuff. Composing Docker files for PostgreSQL. Okie dokie. And then from Python, here's how we connect to it. And the rest is the rest. Okay. So. Here we go. We set that thing up. So now we need to be able to store memories and stuff in the database. Okay. So here's the SQL queries that we actually insert into it, right? Or Okay, now this is kind of confusing. I don't want to vibe code it. I want to manual code as much as I possibly can for this because I want to learn about it. Okay, which means we should probably remake a lot of this. So, in memory store. So I'll say, Claude, thank you for your service. Get out of here. And now I'm going to say cursor. Now it's your time to shine. I don't know why I pressed the open terminal thing, but whatever. Okay. I am building a Discord chatbot with Discord chatbot. I am working on its long-term memory right now. The main logic for the AI should be under LLM, the LLM folder. Okay. I recently just created a PostgreSQL database to use to store and query memories instead of just from in memory. migrate the code to support this. Can you me idea of what I need to do to migrate the current code? Okay. So, I mean, I think for this, it's okay to use AI to understand it more, right? Because you're using it more of to like tell you what you need to do instead of, rather than like just doing it for you. But it's also like my first time really working with this stuff. So I think it's all right if I use AI to just at least tell me what is going on, how do I do it, and then I manually implement it myself. I would ideally like for it to not give code snippets like this, but whatever. Swap in LangGraph Postgres store. Okay, knew there was a Postgres store somewhere. So, okay. You have 3 memory related pieces today, blah blah, langmem in memory store. I should probably get rid of this thing, right? Yeah, we're not using ChromaDB. Memory.py. Get out of here. Get out of here. Is it being imported anywhere? I don't think so. Custom memories table. Yeah, I think it's gone. But I just want to double, triple, quadruple check because I don't like ChromaDB. Get out of here. You get out of here as well. LangGraph store memory, LLM agents. I don't see store. Okay, I mean, I don't see memory, so we should be good. Got rid of ChromaDB memory store. See, why is like cursor so slow when you type for the Git stuff? I don't know. I guess it's cringe. And graph.py. Okay, so yeah. Here's how the current memory works. Stores them. Memory manager invoke, graph compile, namespace already scoped per Discord channel. Okay, so this should be an easy integration into Postgres, right? LangGraph Postgres, because you already use LangMem, style migrations. Not to query your custom memories table directly, but to replace in-memory store with Postgres store. LangGraph store API, Postgres persists that same API to Postgres. I'm just wondering how Postgres store works and what do I need to do for it. PyProject.toml. You know, I don't really know what this thing even is, but whatever. LangGraph checkpoint Postgres store and Psycop G2 or Psycop G2. Yes. Psycop G binary. I have no idea what that is, but I assume Psycop G is for connecting to Postgres and stuff, right? Yeah, the Chroma stuff should be already gone, so we can probably just get rid of Chroma. Okay. I don't see Chroma here either. Okay, everything here looks alright. And it wants a LangGraph checkpoint Postgres. Okie dokie. Or actually, I want to figure out what's going on first. So let's just look at Postgres store. LangGraph store, Postgres store. Okay. LangGraph Postgres store. Let's see how this thing works. What else do I not need? I probably don't need to know about this. UVM Add line graph. This is TypeScript, right? I think this is TypeScript. Yep. Okie dokie. Can I get the Python version? This is Python. Okay, I guess I'm just stupid. Very stupid little idiot who cannot tell the difference between PostScript or TypeScript and Python. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. Line graph checkpoint Postgres store Postgres line graph store. Okay, this is the thing that it wants us to do. Line graph checkpoint Postgres, right? Line graphs checkpoint saver when you want line graph to state persist, blah blah blah. API reference. Okie dokie. Line graph checkpoint Postgres. This is the same. Oh, this is store Postgres. This is checkpoint Postgres. What's the difference? What? What? Make sure to call setup, blah blah blah. Creating Postgres connections, passing them to Postgres saver or blah blah blah. Auto commit equals true. Okie dokie. With dot setup method to properly commit the checkpoint tables to the database. Row factory ticked row. I don't even know what this means. Okie dokie. Postgres saver. Where can I find Postgres saver? Is here Postgres saver here? Postgres store base, Postgres store, Postgres store. Okay, put me in captain. What do you see? Postgres backend store with optional vector search using pgvector. Basic setup and usage. Line graph store Postgres, import Postgres store. Okay. And then we connect to the thing. Yes, yes, yes. Postgres store and then Postgres setup. Store and retrieve data. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Store.put users 1, 2, 3. So what does this mean? What is this? Is this? I'm getting distracted. How am I getting distracted while working on this? I don't know. So it implements base store, right? Which means it should pretty much have the exact same thing as base store. So I assume maybe I can just completely get rid of that thing and just call it where are you? Can I just completely remove base or in-memory store and just replace it with Postgres store? I guess we'll see. So where's in-memory store? From line graph dash check the checkpointer checkpoint Postgres import Postgres store. Okay, what is this? Line graph dots. Oh, I'm so stupid. Line graph dot store dot Postgres import Postgres store. Also, why can it not be resolved? Like, what am I? Okay, and then what environment? It's using base. Okay, I don't want it to use base. Where's Azaria? Azaria 3.12. 3.12. We don't have this thing installed. Zip. Pip install line graph.store.postgres or pip install lang graph dash checkpoint Postgres. Okay, and this is new to the requirements. Line graph checkpoint Postgres. Line graph checkpoint Postgres. Okay. Okay. Should be good. Yes, please. Do you... Oh, I installed the wrong... Okay. Whoops. That's awkward. Pip install line graph dash checkpoint Postgres. It says that it's successfully installed. Please work. Okay, nice. The import's working. Hopefully I can just do memory store g equals what? Postgres store. Optional vector search using PG vector example. Examples. Okie dokie. Constring equals. So do you have to like with connection blah 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 all of this store setup and stuff? I don't know. Let's see what this says. So okay. So we connect to our Docker thing with database URL equals all of this, right? Okay. Database URL. Oh, I see. You add it to .env. You know what? That's fine. I don't mind adding it to .env, and I just realized. Okay. Leaked an API key. Well. Huh. That is quite the accomplishment, isn't it? And I have to get that Discord bot token again. Yep. Yep, that's me leaking my API keys. Wow, look at it. Actually, wait. What can you even use a Discord bot token for? Can you use Discord bot token for Python Discord Pi? Blah blah. Okay. Yep. I leaked it. That's unfortunate. Which means I should probably generate a new one for our audience of exactly 0 people. Okie dokie. So how do I even generate a new bot token? Okay, bot token creation. Discord developer portal. Lazaria AI. Public key. Wait. There's no way. Can I not generate a new one? How do I even generate a new key? OAuth 2 bot installation. Oh, reset token. Okay. Reset bot token. I don't know what my Discord password is. Okay. Thank God I don't have to. Hopefully, okay, that's my password. And copy the new token And hopefully this time I don't accidentally leak my Discord bots token. Okay. And note to self, I should probably download an extension that like hides things in .env file so I don't accidentally leak API keys. Leaked an API key for the first time on stream. Kind of peak. Anyways. Okay. Replace in-graph memory store with Postgres store. Yes. From constring. Okie dokie. Constring. Args constring. So this is just database URL, right? Dex equals what? Dims, embedding model. OpenAI text embedding 3 small. So if I have OpenAI text embedding 3 small, what happens? Right? Does this automatically download? Let's say I initialize a PostgreSQL APG vector database for line graph. So does this automatically download the embedding model? Tells you to do that and requires OpenAI API key. Okay. Yeah. Blah blah and yep. Okay. So let's just test some text embedding models, right? Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Let's figure out this whole embedding models thing. So vector database embedding models. Do we have like a benchmark? I think no. Models benchmark. Code embeddings. Text embedding 3 is a default. Wait, so can you use it out of the box like that though? You know, I'm just gonna use OpenAI stuff just out of the box, so we don't have to do too much setup. But later we're probably going to do something that's more local, because I like local run LLMs. High dimensional embeddings. It's also the generate dataset benchmarks. ChromaDB. Okay. Interesting. Embedding. Yeah, this is fairly straightforward. Retrieval augmented generation and stuff. What is going on here? They use cosine similarity. Okay. I don't think this is an actual paper. Vector database benchmark. I don't think this is an actual paper. It seems like it's made by 3 undergrads at the University of Waterloo. But still fun to read. Okay. So in that case, do I need important blah blah? You know what, I'm just gonna copy this code. Whatever. Embed is what? OpenAI text embedding 3 small. And then we do memory store dot setup. So can we like have it automatically run memory store dot setup on your first use? This is for first run of memory stuff only. Sets up the memory database or creates lang graph tables. Creates lang graph tables. Is there not a down caret? Guess there isn't. Oh well. Return tables in a separate schema. Okie dokie. You know what? It's time for a break. So, what do we do on our break? I don't know. Just gonna sit around, kind of chill, just vibe. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Yip, yip, yip. Yip, yip, yip. Yip, yip, yip. What do we do? I don't know what to do. You know, what do normal people do on their break? Probably like talk, socialize. I don't know. I think I messed up something in my shoulder when I was exercising earlier today. So my shoulder kind of feels weird. I think it's it's anterior delts, right? That's the stuff at the back. I think that's what the cool kids call it. I'm not too into anatomy, but I probably should stretch that out so I don't break my shoulder. Actually, no, I don't think it's even delts. It feels like back. Like, what back muscles are there? It's just back anatomy. Wow. It's like this muscle here. What are these words? These aren't words. These really are not words. Those aren't words. I don't want to believe those are words. Okay. Report? What is report? I don't want to break anything. Hotels at Trivago. Chat, how's your day been going? Yep, sounds cool. To the one schizophrenic voice in my head. Very cool. Sounds very epic. Glad you're having fun. You know, do I care that I have no views? I think for me this is more about just like holding myself accountable when I'm like studying things, right? So I think it's okay that I don't have any viewers. It's mostly just the idea that I can have viewers that like is setting me on. And also, why does it say that I'm offline? What? There's no way I'm offline, right? Hold up, hold up. You go here. YouTube.com. Am I offline? But I'm like literally streaming right now, right? Shoot, where's my account? View your channel. Am I live? Yes, I am live. What? So why does it say that I'm offline? Cringe. Okie dokie. You can go back here. Okay. I kind of want to see like the stream view though. I think my chat and stuff is for the wrong stream. Hold up. Do I have a way to see this? Select stream. This thing. Okay, cool. This one is online. It says excellent. Concurrent viewers 0, chat rate 0, and views 0. Epic. I love the number 0. It's my favorite number. Why? because that's the number of mistakes that I make on tests. That's also the number of college acceptance letters I get. That's also the number of jobs that I've had. Oh boy, I love employment. Employment is great. Do you ever wish you could get employed? Just like in general in life? Like having friends is employment because you're employed by a friend for the job as a friend. It's an interesting way to think about things. Very interesting. Anyways, I guess we kind of just sit here, vibe, wait for this timer to reach 0. What are we doing? I don't know. Okay. Thing went off. Back to work. What was I even doing? Forgot. Oh, yeah. I sure hope I don't need like OpenAI API key. Should typically require OpenAI API. Require. Shh. We don't talk about this. We don't talk about this one. We're just going to pretend that it works, and we're just going to go by the vibes. Okay. And restore blah blah has its own tables, so this should be pretty much the same. Okay, built at import time. A DB back store needs connection open for process lifetime. Store setup, graph compiled after store exists. So, or factory call llm.main instead of module level singleton. Graph construction in llm service.run. Oh, so that gives us more control over it. Okay. Because currently how it works is that the second you run main, as it's like importing stuff from this module, it runs all of this and it compiles the graph, right? But instead, we want to make sure that the SQL database is set up or is online before the graph does stuff. I think it's all right. Custom memories table. Okay, I don't need the memories table, right? So, yeah. We don't need init.sql. I guess we don't need init.sql. Okay, sick. Blah blah, import time. Or factory call from llm.main instead of module level singleton. Embeddings, big open question. Your init.sql assumes vector blah blah. To do is semantic search only, vector search if you pass in an index config with a real embedding model. So this is not an embedding model. Instead, we need an API embedding, yes, or local embedding. I think for now we can use an API embedding. So let's work on that, I guess, until embeddings are configs. Non-semantic behavior depending on langmem langgraph version. Oh wait, so this code, does it actually work? Huh. If you go with Postgres store, remove or ignore custom memories table. Fix, oh, whoops. Whoops. Vector cosine ops. Retire legacy code. Yes, ChromaDB is gone. That is also gone. Async Postgres store. Store.setup or line graph schema or add Alembic later. This is, we don't care about tests here. PG vector only. Let's use plus blah 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 blah. So what should init.sql look like if I'm just going to use Postgres store for the vector combines and tables. I assume, do I just get rid of it? And then what? Do I Docker compose again? I sure hope so. Does not need to define any memory tables or indexes. Create store. Okay. Relying on setup alone, as long as you use this thing. This table, it is unused by LangGraph, will sit alongside the real tables. Okay. Drop memories manually, or recreate Docker volume so init.sql runs fresh. So Docker compose, I guess. Okay, so let's just say we completely get rid of init.sql, right? Do we Docker compose again? You know, let's just see what happens. You get out of here. And I'm just going to do Docker compose. Docker, Docker, but I barely know her. What? Docker compose up D. Docker compose up dash D. Go wild. Okie dokie. Wait. How do you like recreate the Docker thing? How do I even know if it like has this table, right? So what is going on here? It is alive and it is accepting connections. Cool. Now, where are the volumes? So here's the PG data. When did I create this? Oh, this was yesterday, right? What is this thing? I have no clue. What? Containers. 23 hours. So I guess this was Postgres test. Oh, I see. So I might have created a volume on the Postgres test just to see if things work. So this has stuff. Can I see what is in here? It just says 18. That's how old I am. That's a lie. I don't know if you can tell. Discord AI chatbot. So, can I like see what is going on in here? Exec, bind, mount, inspect. Can I like see the content of this? Shoot, okay, okay, let's ask Claude, because Claude's pretty smart. Claude has the intelligence of a big cookie. Cursor only has intelligence of a small cookie. And we all know that the bigger the cookie, the smarter the cookie. More water. Hydration's pretty cool. Stay hydrated, kids. It's good for you. Okay, let's say I'm using this. I am using a LangChain Postgres store. I build the store using store.setup. Was told that I won't need init.sql for this. I guess I need to rebuild the Docker container, but this time without init.store SQL in the Docker compose Persisted, blah blah blah. Search it, I need tear down the volume and restart clean. Compose down. Okay. So dash V, I assume, means deletes volumes and data. Okay. Sick. Docker compose down dash V. I'm just gonna hope that I need this. Okay. And then I can just get rid of this line. So we only need PG data for this, right? Yes. And then we can have it like this, and then we do docker compose up dash D. Boom, it's created. Okay, now it's started. So then we do docker ps, and we see that it was started 4 seconds ago. Okay, it's working, it's working, it's working. Let's also commit this. For init SQL when using langgraph what Postgres store. Postgres store or Postgres store? I think it's Postgres. Okay, sick. Now, do you reckon that our actual thing works? So it doesn't actually query using semantics. It's going by pure vibes. It's vibe querying. Blah blah. You have embed as the key. What? Where? Embed. Where's embedded? Embedded. Embedded. Okay. Embed. Embed. Okay. Key should be embed or vector search will not write up correctly. Okie dokie. Surely it works now, right? Let's see what happens. Okie dokie. Go wild. Don't explode on me. Please don't explode. Okie dokie. src/main. Where is my Discord? Discord is here. Well, that's awkward. Memory store.setup. Did I do something wrong? Memory store and the memory store dot set up. Okie dokie. That's not good. What am I doing wrong? From con string database URL index equals embedding 3 small what memory store dot set up. Okay, what if I just copy and paste this instead, and then we go like, note this is for first run to set up things, to set up Postgres vector DB. Okie dokie. Generator context manager has no attribute setup. I should probably like figure this thing out on my own, right? Okay, it still doesn't work. That's cool. That's fine. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. What is going on here? I'm not focusing, that's what's going on. Okay. Psychop G2. Oh wait, do I not have Cycop G2 installed? Hold up. Cycop G2 and Cycop G2, right? Whoops. There we go. Okie dokie. Install Cycop G2. I mean, I don't know where it's even used though. Because I guess it's not used anywhere. Store.setup. Graph compiled after the store exists. Okay. So now that I have, actually, did Claude give me a solution to run this? No, it didn't. Now that I have my database with what do you call it? Docker and PostgreSQL. Connect to it in line graph and use it. Give me a very minimal code example. In memory store swapped out for Postgres store. Okie dokie. OpenAI embedding. So I guess you need to. What about setup? Store.setup. What do you call store.setup? Okay. So you have to do with Postgres from whatever this thing is, right? Okay, yeah. Embeddings.embed query as store. Graph equals all of this stuff and then you run. Okay. Sick. So I'm wondering if you use this at import time, will this still work? Or will everything kind of just explode? You know what? You never know. You never know. We kind of just go by vibes. So with Postgres stuff from constring as store, store.setup, right? Or sure. So I don't know what it means by with. So how's this different from compiling the graph with just store equals store, right? Okay. For this here, can I just instead do something like what does this do? Memory store memory or store equals Postgres store dot from constring dot 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 and then memory and then store dot setup rather than putting everything in the with dot 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 as store. Manually close the connection when you're done. Okay. Oh, I guess so. Try finally store.close. Interesting. Long running blah blah option 2. Okay. So in this case we should try all of this stuff and then when we eventually close everything except store.close, right? Or memory store.close except exception as e, except exception, or try finally, not try except, try finally. There we go. So what are we doing wrong then? What does this error mean in this case? Attribute error generator context manager. I am getting this error from store dot setup. So returning context manager a generator rather than the store object. So it has to be used with. Okay. Interesting. Compile store. Huh. Store equals exit stack dot enter context. This feels very, very sus. Okay, so I guess I'll just try how that works. So with Postgres with Postgres.com Spring embed equals embed query. I guess embeddings we can just copy and paste this. Pretty sure I need the API key somewhere as well. Embeddings, OpenAI embeddings from LangChain OpenAI. Okie dokie. Text embedding 3 small and embeddings equals OpenAI embeddings with this. I think I'm getting sick. I might just be dying. And then we also need what? Embed, right? Embed equals embeddings dot embed query. Embed equals embeddings dot embed query. Okie dokie. I don't know what that does, but I should figure out what that does. Query as memory restore, and then we don't need the try and accept block or try and finally block, and we do all of this. Okay, I don't like that formatting though. I think this should be fine on import time, right? I guess we'll see what happens. If it explodes, then so be it. Okay, I need an open API key. Yep. Open API key environment variable. From .env import .env, then we go like load .env. I don't know how you run load.env path. .env file blah blah .env path. So what if it's none? Have they thought of that? OpenAI API. Okay, I don't want to leak my API key. So again, this thing is going to my other monitor. If I can log into this monitor, or I'll log into my OpenAI stuff. Okie dokie. Ooh, wait, what? Oh wait, no. Sending it to the wrong place. Whoops, I'm stupid. Where is my API key? API keys. Let us create new secret key. This is for Discord AI chatbot project. I only have default project. Create API key, copy API key, open.env not on stream, and then OpenAI API. OpenAI API key equals all of this stuff. Just need to make sure everything is right. OpenAI API key. API key. Okay, so it's here. Okay, sick. Now we can just load .env and everything should be fine, right? Yeah, surely. Surely it works. Surely it works. Don't break on me. I'm also going to monitor my usage. Oh, and she crashed. Embed. Okie dokie. Got an unexpected keyword embed. Thank you, Claude. Okay, PostgreSQL dot from constring. I should probably just look at this. Checkpointer dot setup with type error. Whoa. Postgres server with .conf as this as checkpointer. Checkpointer dot setup. Checkpointer equals all of this stuff. So how does it get its embeddings though? Is it kind of just quirky and it just knows its embeddings? Yeah, I have no idea. Put right config. What do these words even mean? Required auto commit. So how do I base Postgres server get connection shallow base con types con. What? I guess it's, I thought it was Postgres store that I'm using, right? Dude, I don't even know at this point. I don't know what's the difference. Postgres store dot from constring. Oh, okay. So what is init embeddings? LangChain embeddings import init embeddings. I have no clue. Default is a whole serialization value. Yeah, I don't know what those words mean. I assume that means just like the entire message, everything about it, including the user. I should probably learn about this. Okay. I just want to get something working first, and I think we should be okay. So let's just try following this quick start. It's very funny because like it's like I used AI to try to like speed up my learning, but instead I come back to the docs and it was right here in front of me the whole time, the example. And instead I just looked really, really stupid because I'm kind of a stupid idiot. And convenient from constring helper. Vector search using LangChain embeddings. Okay, so this is only for vector search, right? Which we don't have implemented just yet. Instead, we can just get something very baseline working, right? So just from constring as store.setup, which means I don't need you. And that also means that down here, we, hold on, get out of here. Get out. Get out. With Postgres store from constring database URL as memory store. Okie dokie. Store.setup, and we run everything there. Okay, she appears to be online and she did not crash just yet. Zarya, are you alive? And she crashed. Retrieve memory. Okay, connection is closed. Wait, what? Isn't it open? See, it's like, I don't know what time this is. What time zone is this even in? UTC. I am pretty sure. What the frick is going on? I'm not pretty sure of anything. Help. Help, help, help. Help. Docker PS. So this is running. It has been up for 20 minutes. For some reason it says that the connection is closed. Which means... Oh, okay. So... What? So I have to run it with, right? And then... Okay, so this is because I'm using singleton pattern. And then I guess I just need to leave it running. So I guess I'm just gonna try while true. While true sleep or sleep 0.1. Wait, does this break anything? I don't know. Finally. Print Among Us. And then I'm just gonna time import sleep. Time.sleep. Don't break. Why is it loading so slowly? Probably the sleep statement's breaking something. I sure hope she's alive. Zarya, are you alive? It's broken. While true. Continue. Why did that eat up so much of my CPU? Zarya is now online. Okie dokie. Zarya, are you alive? She's not seeing anything. Ugh, I am a 0.1x developer. It's true. It's true. Okay, I think it's probably because it tries to import graph, but instead of this stuff actually running properly, we kind of just hang there at the end with sleep, right? So what do we do instead? Okay, just want to know what kind of functions you can use the with thing with. Get a with thing with. Okay. We're building longer, avoid nesting everything. Context lib.exit stack. Interesting. Import context lib. I guess we can try this as a hotfix. I don't want to add too many things I don't know about though. Context lib. What do we need from it? Exit stack. Stack equals context lib dot exit stack. Okie dokie. Exit stack. Bam. Oops. And then what? Store which equals what? Exit stack dot exit stack dot enter context Postgres store dot from constring db URL, database URL, and then we do memory store as setup, right? And then memory store equals all of this, graph invoke, and then at the end we do exit stack dot close. I don't think this is gonna work. What's this on? This was on for. I think it's just gonna exit instantly, right? Or maybe not. Azaria, are you alive? And she explodes. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's what I thought. Connection is closed. Okay. Oh, that's not what I like to see. Okay. Just some stuff. Only really care about using PostgreSQL to store things. It's fine if it isn't vector, but it's for now. I will add semantic search later. Why am I getting the following error? Scopg dot operational error. The connection is closed. Man, I suck at programming. This is why they know me as the 0.5x dev. The scariest thing to have ever roamed the 7 seas. 7 seas, 5 planes, 8 cows. What do we do now? Postgres connection is scoped, not from missing embeddings. Yeah, context manager. So yeah, okay, so that's what I thought. So once it runs graph equals builder.compile, there's nothing keeping the connection alive, and it just closes. Okay. Yep. So what do I do? Whole lifetime. Con which equals connection.connect. Okay, I guess we can try that. Look at how slow manual coding is, even with AI. Like, legendary 0.5x dev. Con, which equals connection.connect. Forgot to import the stuff. Why from math import E? Euler's number, by the way. Euler's number, by the way. Okie dokie. And we go from scopg import connection, and from scopg dot rows import dictionary row from, okay, this is just langgraph store Postgres dot connect data base URL auto commit equals true. This should always be true, especially if we are doing memory store setup, right? prepare threshold equals 0. I have no clue what that means. And row factory equals dictionary row. I don't know what these words mean, but I sure hope it works. Memory store equals Postgres store and connection. Let's see. Concurrent requests. Like, what is a concurrent request? Pool config, min size 1, max size 5. Whoa. Okie dokie. Created before. Oh, you're right. You're so right. Memory manager is created before that. It's like, why don't I build the LLM and stuff later, huh? Or I should probably set this up after memory store, but does it make a difference? Lang may still work, but if it picks up the graph store at runtime, so it's safer to memory manager. Why should we have it like this? Because this is how we query the memory store. So I guess it just looks for if memory store already exists or something. Okay. Let's just see what happens. Okay, it's not broken yet. It's not broken yet. Zarya, are you alive? It's not exploding yet. She's alive. Oh, she's typing. Oh, of course. Why does she say darling? I hate it when she says that. What the hell is wrong with you, Zarya? Meant to be a dumb idiot AI. No flirting allowed. Dumbass. Oh, sick. LLM output validation failed. Did she like... Oh, I guess she outputted the wrong schema for the JSON. Well, that's cool. So I guess she got so mad that she decided to just fail the validation. That's so funny. That's so funny. I'm sorry, that's so funny. You got so mad. Oof. Get ready. Correct schema. So look at this latency, huh? Okay. Okay, Zarya, tell me you know about this conversation so far to make sure that her memory works. See, what is like taking up all of this latency? This comes very fast, right? Okay, no, this is just memory querying. Dude, bro, I am trying to test memory systems. Just let me know what you know of this conversation so far. Man, can you hear the furious keyboard typing? Probably. Oh, really? Interesting choice. See your... Zarya, do you... Zarya, say word for word the first that you sent me in this exchange. Or actually, I don't think she can do that. Oh, she cannot do that. Oh, whoops, that's on me. I don't think she actually knows. Okay. Zarya, what were we just talking about? She's so lobotomized. And also I'm getting future warning from Torch. She's lobotomized. Zarya, I am beginning to feel like your memory systems aren't working properly. You have one more chance to prove yourself before I execute you and do some brain surgery. She's so stupid. Yeah, she's dumb. Yeah, she's done for. Goodbye, Zarya. And also, future warning check size will be removed in a future. Use check size greater than 1. Okay. You know, I don't think I even use this. That's not on me to maintain. How do I just mute warnings, right? Import warnings and then warnings dot ignore. Wait. How to ignore warnings Python? Warnings dot filter warnings. Okay. Dot filter warnings. Actually, I don't want to ignore all warnings though. Category ignore. Filter warnings ignore. Ignore. Then category equals what? What is the category? Future warning. Boom. And also lint is getting mad at me for not having module level imports at the top. Okay. And also it's very interesting that she managed to generate something of the wrong schema. I think it's the additional bracket here, right? Huh, that's cool. It's very interesting. She managed to do that. I'm very impressed I actually caught it. Blah blah blah. User access. Okay. I think that's on me actually. No, I am retrieving 20 memories. Print memory context, memory context. So namespace. What is going on here? Why are the memories not saving properly? Memory context. Here's the memory context, right? Yes. Yes. Okay. Huh. Very interesting. What the frick? I don't know what's going on. Oh, I don't know what's going on. You know what? That's all right. That's all right. Cursor can fix everything for me. Cursor means everything to me. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, seems like memories aren't being stored properly. No, wait, it should be stored properly, right? Because, okay, this is from the last one. It's always from the previous message, right? Yeah, it's from the previous message where it prints all of this stuff. And then what? Then what? Then why does it disappear? I'm so confused. Why is it not committing? So, store memory manager. Auto commit equals true, right? Okay. My graph and stuff now works, but for some reason the memories are not. For some reason, only the most recent memory is being recalled. Can you tell me what is going on? It's like, no, it shouldn't be auto commit. What's prepare threshold? Connection.connect. Okay. I want to understand what this is. This is from scopg2. What scopg2 explain what this does. So what is a receive full commitment automatically disables automatic use of prepared? Okay, dictionaries, sure. That doesn't come to anything. Probably. Interesting. Okay. I guess might be that she's completely getting rid of the memories, but I don't think so. Huh. How do I run this actually? Let's see how good I am at this thing. Import scopg which equals, or shoot, this is where I end. Oh, this is the end of me. Not like this. Oh, it was such low cortisol coding until this moment. It's so over for me. Everything gone, just like that. Wait, what was connection? Scopg import connection, okay. Scopg import connection, query which equals, oops, listing, which equals connection, and then that is not how it works. Okay. Scopg2.connect. Oh, I see. Get over here. I see. Import scopg2, and then which equals scopg2.connect, host which equals localhost, port equals 5432, and database equals, what did I even name the database? I think it's Discord AI. What did I name it? Docker Compose. That's where I put it. Thank you. Equals agent memory and user which equals agent password which equals fish fosh. And then cursor, which equals con.cursor. And then we go like cursor.execute query, and then we go how do you display it? Rows, which equals cursor.fetch all, and then we print rows, right? And then we go cursor.close con.close, because we don't actually want to see what's going on. Okie dokie. Okay. Darn, we were just getting to the good stuff as well. Oh. And Pomodoro's gonna like do this to me? That's so cringe. Didn't know Pomodoro was this cringe. Never seen anything this cringe in my life. Holy frick, Pomodoro. You just screwed me over just as it was getting fun. Okay. So, what do you want to talk about? I don't know. Gonna do some fun debugging. I think if we can fix this thing, we'll probably be good for today. I know it's not a lot of work done today, but such that we store memory stuff. Use an embedding model. Okay, retrieve memory from. Well, I guess we did do most of this stuff. Huh, that's interesting. We did more than I thought we did. That's cool. I mean, it's not exactly vectors because we're not using embeddings or anything semantic. We're just kind of going by vibes, right? Vibe encoding. That's my favorite kind of encoding. Vibe encoding. Do you ever just encode and then vibe? Like, yeah. Huh. Vibe encoding. Let's go over what happened this stream. I leaked an API key. And then I got rid of the API key. And then I wrote some code for Stalker, PostgreSQL, LLM stuff, LangChain AI agents. I do like this stuff. Very fun, very cool, very epic. This is very important to know for the job. And then, yeah. Man, employment must be kind of cool. I wish employment was real. Dinosaurs. Wish dinosaurs were real. Wow. Yippee. Man, I do love dinosaurs. Wowee. Dinosaurs. Epic. Wowee. So cool. Epic. Whoa. Poggers. Epic. Whoa. What am I doing, man? Why is my GPU at 40 degrees despite only 8% utilization? That is scarily high. That is a lot higher than I would have liked. I should probably clean my computer someday. How do you clean a computer? How do you clean a PC? I don't know. These are autistic thoughts. You know, today I measured my forehead. It was 7.5 centimeters. I might be balding. You know, that's probably private information that shouldn't leak on stream. but I do it for the love of the game, okay? I dox myself because I love the thrill of doxing. Let's search up some stuff while I'm bored. Mm-hmm. Three ounces. What is 1 ounce? Does anybody in chat know? Like, okie dokie. Time to get back to work. Okay, but I want to finish up checking this thing. Hold up. Okie dokie. That's a lot of food. Man, fishes eat a lot. Have you ever seen a tuna that's like 10 kilograms? Tuna are big. Wait, what? Wait, that's so much food. Okay. Okay, wait. How much is 1 ounce? 1 ounce is 28 grams. Okie dokie. So what was I doing? Oh yes, I was looking at this thing. And I was trying to debug what's going on. Okay, so I find that it only stores the most recent memory. Interesting. Okie dokie. Yes, demands higher vigilance towards enhancing without. Okay, so that's very interesting. Huh. Okay, let's run main again and just see what goes on. This thing more or less does work. It's just that she's lobotomized. Sorry, yo. What were we talking about? Okay, so what does this say? This is from our last memory thing, right? Wow, she took a long time to generate. Dinosaurs, do you remember? Okay. You know, probably shouldn't have repeated the exact same message. I also think her temperature's a bit low, which might be why she's a bit dumb. My temperature config isn't even here. I bloody put it here so that I can change it at runtime if I need to. How are you supposed to read this? I don't know. Dude, I am just #1 AI engineer. You know what they say. Tools, temperature. I think temperature is here. Wait, where's temperature? Temperature. 1.0. What? Wait, temperature isn't even that low. Okay, I asked that question. Literally, just asked. Okay, sorry, tell me about fish. Damn, she's super slow today. Look at this latency. Oh my goodness. Ugh, disgusting. They have scales, but no. how many types there are. We're talking about something. Actually, wait. Azaria, how many types of fish exist in this world? And then that's her memory. Memory accuracy. What the hell is even going on here? Great unknown, but I prefer counting stars more than you possibly can dream. Sure. What do you think my favorite type is? You mean fish? I do mean fish. Oh. Okay, so what does she see in her memory? Number of fish species, beta answer. Let's suggest a reference to indirect negation, blah blah blah. Prioritize. Wait, her memory is actually working. What? So earlier, I guess it was just a memory storage model that was a bit lobotomized. Okay, you know what? That's perfectly fine, actually. Okay, it works. It's just that the model that was using was... Like, what the hell is this, huh? Like, this is garbage. This is actual garbage. Yeah, I definitely need to rewrite the memory prompt, because it seems to be very inconsistent in whether it's actually effective in getting the AI to remember things properly. But it works. It does work when it needs to. Let's see what she remembered. Instead of engaging indirect engagement rather than straightforward, it also demonstrates tendency prioritize conversation flow over strict informational accuracy. Okay, all of this. User revisited previously discussed topics, dinosaurs, possible confusion or selective forgetting, ambiguity. Adjusting, okay. Communication disconnect. Tension indication. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so this is just summarizing her memory, and it's a bit scuffed, but it works. Okay, I guess she was just purposely being stupid. Nice, we can commit all of this. Okay. We don't want tests though. Tests can go to hell. Get it. Memory now uses Postgres SQL database. Commit. Let's also sync the changes. Wait, what's my SSH key password? I forgot. Hold up, let me let me check right quick. Okay, does it work? Please sync. Wait. Am I just dumb? Okay, there we go. Finally worked. It took a couple of tries. I don't need you here. And we are done implementing the vector database. Now we just need to use actual vector embeddings, and then we'll be fine. I guess we got done everything that we wanted to do today, or at least, yeah. Let's PR this. Pull request working. Long-term reusing database instead of cache memory. PostgreSQL plus Docker stuff plus some changes to PostgreSQL, PostgreSQL. Some changes to Create PR. Oh yeah, I'm reviewing my own PR. And you know what I need to do? Wow, look at the PR. Very cool. Wow, very cool. I don't see anything. Oh, are we using any unused imports? I don't think that's a reason to like decline a PR, but just it's ugly. Oh, we definitely are. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Permission denied. Sick. Nice one. Do I just like not know how to type? Like, it took so many tries. There's no way I'm this bad at typing, right? Docker compose requirements. Okie dokie. Everything looks good. Oh, do we close anything? We don't have short-term memory yet. Okay, so next up we'll be using vector database, right? Or okay, semantic search. How do we do this? Do we want short-term memory or do we want semantic search first? I don't even know, but I guess we finished everything that we wanted to do today. So I guess that's it. Maybe goodbye, gamers. Probably goodbye, gamers. Goodbye, gamers. I have other things to do. I'll see you guys later. Merry Christmas.